What is this podcast about? It probably would help if you don't chew into the mic.
My name is Libby.
My name is Luke.
In this new episode.
This
new season.
And we are going to be focusing completely on weddings.
We are, in fact, the Wedding Pirates.
There's no other podcast like this. I've looked. I've checked.
And we have a cat. Her name is Stella.
We want to share all the secrets when it comes to weddings.
The one where we talk. Wedding edition.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the one where we talk. We are the Wedding Pirates, and we're going to unwrap that a little bit this week. We are... Sorry, laughing at our cat. We always laugh at our cats. But this is a very casual podcast where we sit and we talk about weddings. We talk about very individual subjects, trying to cater them to just be helpful and educational. You honestly cannot be a bride that's prepared, and you can't be a vendor that's prepared without proper education. Everybody needs education. We still need education, and we've been around this industry I've been around this industry for more than 10 years. This has been my wife's passion since she was in high school. It's been something that we've been around for a while, and we want to educate and provide that for free because education, should be free. Maybe that's a deep topic. I'm not sure. What do you think?
I think that you can educate yourself for free, but you can also pay for education.
I feel like when you pay for education, you're paying...
for someone to tell you what to do.
Yeah, that's what you're paying for. You're paying for the professor, not necessarily the material, because the material is free.
It's all out there in the world.
Yeah, but a professor will tell you how to properly study it, and he will test you and keep you... And basically, you're paying for accountability. That's what education is. So this is free education. We're not going to tell you what to do, but we will advise you what to do. And today we're actually going to speak to if you are thinking about becoming a photographer for weddings, becoming a videographer for weddings, and maybe you are currently in high school, maybe you're in college, maybe you need some extra cash, maybe you're in the modeling industry and you're thinking about, I should do weddings. It's not just something you decide to do. It's a visual industry that's completely different from a scene that you're going to set up like cinematically or filmmaking wise, and it's not a studio. I was just talking with another wedding videographer. I was telling him how I would love to bring in lights and backgrounds and, light bars and not use natural light, because you can get a better image when you can set up the light not using natural light. But in weddings, you have to use natural light. You're not going to get...
Or not even natural light, but the light that you have like at the venue when it starts getting dark.
Yeah.
All you have really are your flash and the lights from the DJ's light stand.
Yeah. I can use lume cubes, and some videographers set up like key lights. I've seen that before where videographers during a reception, they put massive lights on tripods, but now you're running the risk of, there's a lot of drunk people. This isn't a stage. These are all people that are getting plastered, dancing, and you're going to put $3,000 worth of lights in the air that somebody can just fall on and it'll fall over. And we have seen DJ computers get fried because someone spills a beer.
We've seen lights been
we've seen
toppled over.
Lights toppled over. We've seen a lot of DJ equipment go to shit because it's a party. You can't tell people not to party, and so we want to. But before you even get to that moment of figuring out how to maybe prepare for those kind of crowds, you need to be asking yourself, what do you currently have gear-wise? A gear isn't going to be a huge factor because you can charge a very low amount based on the gear that you have. That's how you should be charging. So how much is your camera worth? And maybe if you haven't done your first wedding yet, charge how much your camera's worth. That's a good place to start. So if you have a $500 camera, with a kit lens, charge $500 for your first wedding. I don't know. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, our first wedding was $300 that we did. But I don't remember how much our gear was. We had an XT10 at the time.
We had the XT10 with a kit lens, and we had bought another body, a used body with, I believe, like a 35 millimeter.
Okay.
But we only had 3 batteries.
But I think at that point we were deciding that we really wanted to do this, so we were willing to just put money into this wedding,
Right.
rather than get money out.
Yeah, I remember when.
yeah.
I mean, let's talk about our computer for a second. What did we start with?
I mean, I had a Chromebook.
Yeah,
and I would upload pictures up to the Chromebook to start editing them on Lightroom, and it would literally take me 5 minutes for each photo to load for me to edit it.
And you really couldn't do much.
Annoying.
We started with the free version of Lightroom.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't afford the next version because we were using our own dollar, and we were very determined to not use our credit cards to start this company.
Yeah.
The only thing that we took out on credit was the upgrade for the computer because we had booked. I had gotten fired from my bank job, and you were still a nanny, and we were still trying to get our photography business off the ground. And so I put a lot of time into that. And then I remember like you saying, like, we have weddings coming up that we're not prepared for. And we need a nice computer. We need a decent computer. Not like a nice computer, but we need something decent that can handle the load we have coming. And I remember we opened up a Best Buy credit card with 0% interest for the next 12 months. And we
bought that at Caleb and Rob's house.
Yeah.
We've
done both of their weddings since then too.
Yeah, we have. Yep, Caleb and Rob were bachelors living in a big house together, and we'd frequently go over to their house to watch movies and have snacks. And we were sitting on their couch, and we were having this conversation while a movie was playing. Or they were playing Fortnite or something, maybe. And
they're playing something. I don't know. Whatever bachelors do, they play games.
Yeah, and so we sat there. I was like, babe, we really need a computer.
Yeah.
So you sat down and you said, okay, fine. So $1,700 later.
Well, I remember sitting there and I was looking at you. I'm like, can we do this? Is this okay? And you're like, yes, we have a year to pay it off.
Yeah.
You know, you put like we can shell out $200 a month. It's not a big deal. We can make that. That's very possible. We can make it happen.
Yeah.
And we just talked, like, hyped up each other. But the same exact thing happened with our website. Remember, we were in our Colebrook apartment and we needed a website.
Yeah.
And we were looking at all the options, and we couldn't afford to have someone build a website from scratch with coding. And there were so many scams happening with that, like scam after scam. Like that was before Squarespace. Anybody that wanted to open up a website was 50% chance that they're going to get scammed, and then that person's going to the website designer, quote unquote, is going to walk away with the money, and you're going to get no website.
Yeah.
So we opted for Squarespace because we're like, well, this is a sure thing, and it's a, maybe long-term wise, you can complain that you don't own the website, but, we were like $200 a year, for somebody that was starting and we didn't have any startup capital. We're like, we could put out the $200. Like I was driving for Lyft and Uber while I was applying for like finding another job. I remember doing that.
Right.
And then realizing like, oh, I can easily make like $200 in 3 days in both of those apps. So it's just, this is starting a company. You don't just decide to do something because you're like, oh yeah, this seems fun, I'm going to do this. Like, no, you need to ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice and what are you willing to put into this? This isn't just a nonchalant decision that you're going to do. You're about to own a business. You're about to take on, this isn't like a modeling gig where the model is paying you to build their portfolio, and sometimes they're paying you. Sometimes the photographer is paying the model. Sometimes the model is paying the photographer. That's a really confusing relationship. It's not like that. Because a model can go get another photo shoot if they don't like what they have. On a wedding day, these people are most likely not models. They're not professionals. And this day is happening once.
Yeah.
There's a rehearsal that happens the night before, and you can go to that and maybe like see how the ceremony is going to play out, but you don't know how the day is going to play out. You don't know what kind of emotions are going to happen that morning. You don't know if the bride and groom are going to get in a fight and the night before, and you're going to have to come into that drama that morning of the wedding.
Yeah, it's a lot. Wedding days are a lot. It's not easy. I have a lot of guests at weddings come up to me and they'd be like, I do not envy your job. Like, you this is a really stressful job. I do not know how you do it. You just make it look so easy. Like, I'm like, well, I love what I do. I genuinely love what I do. And honestly, for me, it's not hard. It's not stressful. Some of it may be a little stressful, but
it's usually when that stuff is directed towards us that gets stressful. But once you realize that the drama that's happening around you, the stress that's happening around you, once you have the emotional maturity to realize that this is not being directed towards me, the dad, the mom, the uncle, the aunt, the bride, the groom, the bridal party, they're not annoyed with me if they get annoyed in that day. They're annoyed with whatever is going on and sibling, cousin, whatever this family is going through right now. And you need to basically learn to disassociate from family drama and realize that it's not your problem. They've hired you to come here and focus on capturing the memory.
Yep.
And you need to be capturing it in a way that they want to remember it. So you need to disassociate from all that drama and all those bad things that are happening in the day, and you need to make this look like a fairy tale. And
well, even like if a bride is really, really stressed and she's maybe taking it out in her tone of voice towards you, which we have happened.
Oh yeah.
Like, it doesn't really bother me. I just go back to like my train of thought of thinking, okay, this is her wedding day and she is a little stressed because her bridesmaids are not helping out like they should be, or her family's causing her a lot of stress, or this, that, the other thing. I don't take it personally at all.
Right.
Even though I could very well take it personally and give her my train of thought, or give her my opinion of, hey, I'm not here to be yelled at. Like, I could very easily say something, but I don't, and I don't want to add to the stress.
Right. You hear her purring.
Yeah, I can hear her. She's sitting in Luke's lap, and Luke's microphone is nowhere near her, and you can still hear her purring.
She's a little purr box. Yeah, and we're going right back to bridezillas aren't wrong. That's our biggest, probably most controversial topic. That's our most popular episode.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, bridezillas aren't wrong.
No, because a bridezilla happens because a vendor fucked up.
I mean, there is, like, they're wrong in the way that they're treating people.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But they're not wrong for being upset that something is not going the way that they want it to go.
Right. And honestly, every time I've seen a bridezilla, not a bridezilla, I've seen a bride accused of being a bridezilla, and then she tells me, like, I'm being accused of being a bridezilla. Like, and then I see the context. When you realize the context of why a bride is being called a bridezilla, you realize that the bride is being accused of being demanding and insensitive, but what the cause of that was that mom decided that I'm not going to listen to my daughter, I know better, and then she goes and does something completely different than what the bride requested. That would piss me off. This is my day, not yours.
Yeah.
And you decided to do something without my say so. Oh, I'm mad.
Yeah.
And that's going to come out. That's a lot of stress. This day happens once.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now she's a bridezilla because she's reacting naturally to something.
Yeah.
And these are all things that we're fine with. Like, we're prepared for this. You can yell in my face and I can disassociate from the fact that this isn't about me. You're upset.
How can I help?
And I can help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And once I communicate that, like, oh, let me help you.
Yeah.
You're in distress.
Yeah.
Let me help you. I'd make a great police officer, let me tell you. Because that's what you're supposed to do. Someone in authority, that is their job. They look at a situation, a person that's in distress, no matter their choices that they're making, no matter how they're treating you, they need your help, and you've been hired to help them in this day. And these are all the realizations that you need to have before you step fully into weddings.
Yeah.
You can't just do this casually and say, oh, I used to do weddings. Oh, I'm going to do a few. I'm going to do a few to get by financially. Don't go into it with that attitude. You need to go into the wedding industry with the attitude that you are taking care of humans that are relying on you to capture emotion that is going to happen once. And you won't be able to set up any of the emotion. You can set up first looks. The ceremony's there. But there are tons and tons of moments in a wedding where our brides and grooms say to us all the time, like, how did you get that shot? Where were you? I didn't even see you recording. Like, well, of course, like I got that shot of grandpa on the dance floor that it never dances at all. And, or grandma like walked in last minute and accidentally saw the bride in her dress and I was there to capture that moment. Like, you can't set those moments up. You have to be ready.
Yeah, and we don't set shots up like of getting ready. We might suggest that the bride sit somewhere more aesthetic than around a bunch of
with
clothes all over the place.
Good light. Like move the suitcases and the shoes and stuff.
Yeah, like move all the stuff that and the trash can. So we don't like remake brides. Like we don't tell her take your jewelry off and do it again. Like we get it in the moment.
Yeah.
And that helps for wedding days to go by more smooth and not so like choppy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, because it makes it happen very...
It takes time, too, to redo shots.
Yeah, and I think that if you're going to do weddings, there's a lot of things that you're going to have to love. Like, don't go into this thinking, I'll just shoot the wedding, then I'll outsource the editing. Don't go into it with that attitude. You're gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't go into this thinking, oh, this will be easy, because it's just normal people and it's not business to business. Like, no, you've never dealt with a Karen then.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen. Like, there's certain things that you can't take personally. Like, recently at a wedding, I had this guy was absolutely plastered.
Yeah.
And he came over and he leaned on me. You had just left. And he came over and he was like, "You're a piece of shit, but I love you."
He said that
Yeah.
to you?
I'm like,
"You're a piece of shit, but I love you."
Yeah. And I said, "I love you too, man." He's like, "Thanks. I appreciate that." And then he stumbled off into the dancing.
Which wedding was this at?
It was Kinley's.
Why did he say that?
I have no idea, but you can't take it personally.
Was he a guest or was he on the bridal party?
I don't remember.
Oh. It would make sense if he was on the bridal party because I kind of yelled at those guys a little bit on their wedding day because I gave them instruction to not leave and they left.
Oh.
And Kinley was upset because they were wasting time. They wasted like 10 minutes when we had like every second.
That's another thing. If the bride is upset, you're upset.
Yeah. I am.
Yeah. No, I mean like that is a requirement.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like if my bride is upset and the groomsmen or the bridesmaids or someone else made her upset, like I'm gonna defend her.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say the bride is upset, so you're making me upset.
Yeah, because the bride is upset. You're making.
I told.
I'm not here to capture sad tears.
Yeah, like, come on, you're making my job harder.
Yeah, it's true. Now I have to cheer this bride and groom up to get them back to a point where, hey, you're getting married today. You're married.
Yeah,
it's a happy moment.
Yeah,
or being able to, something that I love saying. I'm right every single time when a groom is just scared stiff. He's about to walk down the aisle. I'm like, "Are you okay?" I'm like miking him up, and I have a small moment with him when I'm putting a mic on him. And I say, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right." He's like, "It's all going to melt away as soon as you see her coming down the aisle. Literally everything melts away."
I say the same thing to the bride.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Aww.
Oh, that's so cute.
But that's what happened to me. You know, and
yeah, same.
That's
what happened to me.
Yeah, we knew this.
Oh. Maybe that's
wow,
why.
it's like we're married. It's like we enjoy being married to each other or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But it's true. I saw you at the end of the aisle and everything else, like all the, because it was very stressful. We did a DIY wedding. We had $0 and
zero, no money.
And everybody, we had to rely on a lot of people to help, and so a lot of people felt obligated that they owned the wedding because they were helping.
Yeah.
And it just created a lot of stress. And then
Can you get the cord out of Andy's face? She's like bothered by it.
And then the moment that you start walking down the aisle, I forgot about everybody. Forgot about the decorations.
Yeah.
Forgot about the fact that I bought one of my groomsmen's entire outfit because he forgot his entire outfit.
Yeah.
I forgot about the stress of getting the trees up there.
Or that your best man didn't even wear the right colored shirt.
Yeah, okay, in my defense, his shirt, he sent me a picture of his shirt, and it looked like it was black, but it was one of those navy blues that when you take a picture of it, It looks like it's black.
Oh, it wasn't supposed to be black anyways. It's supposed to be either red or green. But actually it ended up working out that his shirt was blue.
Yeah, it looked
'Cause
well.
it looks
Good.
fine.
It looked good.
Yeah, it looks fine.
I think
Andrew Pfluger, I do not hate you.
No, we love you, Andrew Pfluger.
You looked good on our wedding day.
Yeah. No, our wedding day, but the reason why we're so passionate about weddings is because of our own wedding. There's a lot of things that happened at our own wedding that makes us passionate about everybody else's wedding. Because there's a lot of things that went wrong, or there's a lot of things we got accused of. You got accused of being a bridezilla.
Yeah.
But in the moment, like you were being.
No, I just didn't want to have my bridesmaids carry lanterns down the aisle. I wanted them to have actual, like.
Yeah, that was a pretty
bouquets.
funky idea.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I don't think it really panned out, that trend. I saw it one other time.
The lanterns.
The lantern
or
thing.
anything else besides a bouquet.
Yeah, people
It's just
try to
weird.
get.
Or like the floral wreath that they hold, like the piece of metal with the flowers on the
people
bottom.
started to get creative
I
with.
don't like those.
Yeah, it's just it's not gonna age well in photos. I'm so glad that. We didn't get any bridal party photos of like all of them together. Like I didn't.
On our wedding?
Yeah, on
we
our
have
wedding.
one.
We have one.
Yep, on stage.
Oh yeah.
We
that's
didn't
right.
get any outside
Yeah.
of our entire bridal party.
But there was a lot of things that we
Which I'm
just
sad about.
didn't have a choice with our wedding. Like we didn't have any money. We didn't have a choice, like really, of a photographer. I went with somebody that was a discount because I was associated with the church at the time,
They
and so
offered it to
Yeah, and
us.
they offered it. So they gave us a good deal, and same thing
It
with
was very kind of him to do that.
with the camp that we got married at. It worked. It fit our aesthetic at the time. It was fun. I paid $80 of my own money to rent the firehouse, and I didn't get any of it back because nobody cleaned up, and that was a disaster. But yeah, no, there was just a lot of things that I wouldn't change anything about our wedding day except
My hair.
your hair.
But you wouldn't change my hair.
No, I wouldn't change your hair. You're beautiful.
Or would you?
Would I?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure that was clear because the only thing that I say I would have changed on my wedding day is my hair. We did a trial run, and then after the trial run, I decided I wanted to go with a different look. So I sent her a picture of it.
No, you
And then
changed
she was
it
like,
last minute.
okay, that's
So that's
fine. We
your
can
fault.
do that. No, it wasn't. And then she started doing my hair. And then she's like, okay, now go look at it. And so I did. I went and looked at it. And I was kind of iffy about it. But at that point, it was already up. It was very beautiful. I just wasn't a fan of some of it. But then I was like, yeah, I love it. It's fine. It's great. Now looking back at it, I wish I would have gone with my my first choice.
Your gut.
Yeah.
You would have gone with your gut. Yeah. There's a lot of things, but that's our own wedding is why we're passionate about weddings.
Yeah.
Someone forgot to hit the record button for our ceremony. So we don't have a recording in our ceremony, which is really sad because it was very emotional and fun and funny and passionate.
It was super funny.
And it was just a great ceremony.
Yeah,
and
it
we don't
was.
have a recording of it.
No.
So when
Maybe someone out there does.
Maybe, I don't know.
My
but-
Aunt Nancy. She might have one on her iPad.
But when I talk to a bride and a groom, like when they're in the shopping season of looking for visuals, I try and communicate to them that I'm passionate about weddings because I loved my own wedding. But there was a lot of things that went wrong in my wedding, and I saw that I can create a solution. That's why businesses are born. You don't decide to go into a business because you decide you're going to try it out. You decide to go into a business because there's a solution that you have for people. And we have a solution for people in weddings. That's why businesses happen. That's why products are born.
Yeah.
There's a problem. How do we fix it? I know. We combine ketchup and mayonnaise.
And call it
Ketchup? There's a thing. It's at Walmart. It's
Catio.
But the point is that that's how products are born. That's how businesses are born. You have a solution and to a problem, and now you have a business that you can sell. So that is how we do what we do. There's so much more that we can go into with this origin story, I feel like, but
The origin story.
but there is a lot of episodes, and we go over this constantly just when it comes to weddings. And I guess my advice to anyone thinking about doing weddings, whether it's any kind of vendor, really, just don't go into this lightly.
Yeah, no, don't take it, because you're literally capturing someone's most important day of their life.
Yeah.
Like, two people coming together, you're capturing that moment, and they're putting a lot of time and energy and money into this day to make it what they are dreaming up. And if you don't capture it right, like, that is a really, I don't know, it's just a lot on your shoulders. Don't take it lightly.
You're you're being hired to not just take, like, family photos is one thing. You can redo a family photo shoot. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
You can't redo a wedding day.
No, like all the center tables, the wedding dress, sometimes the groom's tux is rented. You can't do all like grandparents at a wedding. Sometimes we do a wedding.
You can redo like a photo shoot. Like, you can get them into like fancy dresses. Maybe you can get her back into her wedding dress.
That's the styled shoot, but it's not the same.
Exactly.
It's not, the emotion's not there.
We have an episode about that styled shoot versus real wedding. Go back and listen to that. We hit a lot of the same points, but we want to really drive this into people's heads that we do weddings because we loved our own so much, but we also saw a lot of things that went wrong with ours, and we have a solution. So it's called being able to connect with people and be personable and be honest.
And we also do conversations. We have a lot of conversations with our brides and grooms before the wedding day.
Yeah.
So talk about like what it is that's really important for them, what they really want captured, advice, and like so on and so forth. But yeah, it's a lot of communication.
Over communicate, and if it seems tedious, that means you need to be doing it more. Anyway, we are out of time.
Okay.
Thank you for listening. Remember to follow at Broadside Visuals. Please rate this podcast. We also have our YouTube channel where we post all of our work video-wise, and you can go to broadsidevisuals.com if you are interested in who we are and perhaps service your wedding. And remember, this is the one where we talk.